Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Raj, your HR pal. A quick intro about me. I come with 2 decades of experience in the field of HR, served with top IT majors. In today's video, we will discuss about practicing resilience or the ability to bounce back after something bad has happened, right? All of you will acknowledge with me that life is full of ups and downs, right? And we all face challenges and setbacks at some point in our life, right? So, however, building resilience can help us navigate through these difficult times and help us emerge stronger and more capable than before. So, what is resilience, right? So, resilience is the ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity, right? In other words, it is the ability to be happy and successful after something difficult or bad has happened, right? So it is not just about that, it is also about the ability of how soon can you bounce back to normalcy, right? And all of this is possible, right? I mean, resilience is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Today we will explore 6 key strategies for building resilience, right? While we will discuss on all these 6 strategies in detail, let me name them for you. First, developing a growth mindset. Second, building a support network. Third, practicing self-care. Fourth, practicing mindfulness. Fifth, setting realistic goals. And the last, embracing change, right? So by incorporating these strategies into your life, you can improve your ability to cope up with stress, overcome challenges, and thrive in the face of adversity, right? So let's dive in deep into each of these 6 strategies and learn how to practice resilience. Right, so let's discuss on the very first strategy, developing a growth mindset. Now, what do you actually mean by that, right? A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and skills are not fixed, but can be improved and developed over a period of time through hard work, dedication, and learning from mistakes, right? So this mindset allows you to view challenges and failures as opportunities to learn, right? Rather than indications of your limitations or failures. On the other side, a fixed mindset is a belief that your abilities and skills are set in the stone and cannot be changed, right? Now, this mindset can be limiting and can lead to a fear of failure, as people with a fixed mindset tend to view mistakes and setbacks as an evidence of their limitations. So, how can we develop growth mindset? Here are some techniques which can help us practice this, right? First, embrace challenges, right? Rather than avoiding challenges or tasks that may be difficult or unfamiliar, right? Embrace them as an opportunity to learn and grow, right? So by challenging yourself and stepping outside your comfort zone, you can develop new skills and abilities. Along with that, it also gives you a mindset that this is something new for you, and even if you fail, you failed because you didn't know that, right? And hence it is very important to have a growth mindset, to look at situations as an opportunity for growth and learning, right? The second, learn from failures, right? Rather than being discouraged by failures and setbacks, view them as an opportunity to learn and improve, right? So reflect on what went wrong, right? What you could have done better, and how can you ensure that those mistakes do not repeat? What differently should you be doing next time so that a situation like that do not arise, right? This mindset shift can help you develop resilience and learn from your mistakes. Very important. Many times it so happens that whenever a mistake happens, I see that people get carried away with it, right? Rather, it's important that you learn from it and also ensure that you don't repeat the same mistake, to ensure that you have another situation like this again in future, right? So it's important to learn from mistakes. The next is to cultivate your love for learning, right? So develop a passion for learning and seek out opportunities and experiences for growth, right? So this can include nominating yourself for any new course, or to learn any new skill, reading books, attending workshops, or trying out any new activities, right? So by continuously learning and developing new skills, you can expand your abilities and be more resilient. The next is to surround yourself with positive influences, right? So surround yourself or be with people who encourage you, who inspire you and motivate you and share your growth mindset. By being with people and surrounding yourself with positive influences can make you stay motivated and focused on the goals that you got to achieve. In summary, developing a growth mindset is about embracing challenges, learning from failures, cultivate a love for learning, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and practicing self-reflection, right? So by adapting a growth mindset, you can develop resilience and become better equipped to handle life's challenges and setbacks. The next is to practice self-reflection, right? So take time to reflect on your thoughts and beliefs, and also try to find out if there are any negative beliefs that may be holding you back, right? So by practicing self-reflection, you can become more self-aware, right? And be able to better identify and overcome any beliefs that may be limiting you on your thoughts or your growth, right? In summary, developing a growth mindset is about embracing challenges, learning from your failures. You got to cultivate a love for learning, surround yourself with people who encourage, inspire and motivate you, and practice self-reflection. Alright, so moving on to the second strategy, building a support network, right? Very important. A support network consists of individuals who offer encouragement, advice and emotional support in times of difficulty for you, right? I mean, all of us would have a support network, right? It could be our family members, it could be our friends, it could be few of our colleagues or anybody part of your community, right? But it is very important to have a strong support network so that it helps you cope up with stress, adversity, and it also helps you have a sense of belongingness and connection. Alright, so how do you build a support network, right? So here are a few techniques. 1. Identify potential supporters. Now think about people in your life who could offer you support during difficult times. This could be your family members, your friends, colleagues, or anybody who had stood with you during difficult times. Second, reach out to them, right? So once you have identified who are your potential supporters, reach out to them, let them know that you value their support, right? Which may involve taking advice, suggestions, guidance, or simply letting them know that you are going through a difficult phase of life, right? The third, be open and honest. Very important, right? Because when you're reaching out to these potential supporters, it's important to be open, honest about what are you going through, right? Be honest about the feelings and emotions that you are going through as part of these difficult times, right? So this will help you build trust and also create a sense of connection and belongingness, right? The next is to listen to others, right? Because building a network is not just about building a group of people around you, right? So it is also about taking their feedbacks, taking their guidance, taking their motivational words seriously among yourself, right? So be willing to listen to others, and also important that whenever they are in problem, okay, whenever they need your support, you are also there for them, right? Because it is more about a reciprocation, right? I mean, if you can relate this, right? A people, the persons who would be willing to help us are the ones to whom you would have helped in the past, or they believe that you will help them in future, right? So it is a mutual relationship, and ensure that it is strong enough. The next is to participate in social activities, because participating in social activities can create a platform for you to build connections and meet new people, right? It can be joining a club or an organization which volunteers, or attending any social events. The sixth, and I would say this can be only for a worst case scenario, right? Seek professional support, right? So in spite of you building a strong network, listening to them, taking the guidance, if you still feel that you're depressed, you're going through a difficult time, you're not able to cope up from that, right? Seek professional or specialized support, right? It can be seeking the help of a therapist or a counselor, or join a support group people, right? So in summary, right, building a support network is about identifying potential supporters, right, reaching out to them, being open and honest with them, listening to them, participating in social activities, and lastly, seeking professional support when needed, right? By building a strong support network, you can develop resilience and cope up more effectively with life's challenges and setbacks, right? I think all of you will acknowledge with me, right? I mean, when we are going through difficult times, it is very important to have a supporting hand next to you, right? And this strategy is all about that. All right. The third key strategy is to practice self-care. What is it? It's about taking care of yourself, right? So taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health needs, right? When you prioritize your self-care, right, you will be better equipped to handle stress, setbacks, and challenges that life might throw at you, right? So here are some techniques on how you can practice self-care. I'll keep this segment short so that it doesn't look like a health tip video, right? So the first is to get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep is essential for good physical and mental health, right? So aim to sleep for at least 7 to 9 hours each night, and establish a regular sleep routine, right? The next is to eat well. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, etc. can help you maintain good physical health, and also it boosts in energy levels. The next is to exercise regularly, right? So exercising is a great way to boost your mood, reduce stress, and improve your physical health, right? So find an activity that you enjoy, right, and make it regular as part of your routine, right? Again, it's very important to ensure that you don't force fit yourself into an exercise, because otherwise it will become more like a 1 month affair, or even less than that. Identify a type of exercise that you really enjoy and would love to continue doing, right, and make a routine of it. The fourth is to practice relaxation tips like deep breathing, meditation, and yoga, which can help you manage stress and improve on your mental health. The next is to take breaks, right? Because breaks can help you to recharge and avoid burnouts, right? So take a short walk or read a book that you like or listen to a music to give yourself a mental break, right? The next is to connect with others. Social support is essential for a good mental health, right? So spend time with friends and family or those you love to spend with, or join a club or organization, or volunteer to connect with others, right? So net come out of the space where it's monotonous and you keep doing your routine, right? I mean, spend time with people. The next is to, while I wouldn't say prioritize fun and leisure, but I would say that take time to for fun and leisure, because many a times in the sort of life that we are leading today, this is given the least priority, right? And we, it's more like a programmed life, right? So it is very important for you to make time for fun and leisure activities that brings joy and happiness for you, right? This can include spending time for your hobbies, or spending time for some travel, or spending time with your loved ones. To summarize, right, so practicing self-care involves prioritizing your physical, emotional and mental health needs, right? How? By getting enough sleep, by eating well, by exercising regularly, by practicing relaxation techniques, by taking breaks, by connecting with others, and taking time for fun and leisure, right? So this can help you build resilience and better manage stress and setbacks, right? So remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish, right? Rather, it is necessary for your well-being and resilience. The fourth key strategy is to practice mindfulness, right? So mindfulness involves being present in the moment and paying attention to your thoughts, feelings and surroundings without any judgment, right? It can help you manage stress, improve your mental health and also build resilience. Now here are some techniques on how you can practice mindfulness. The first is to practice meditation, and meditation is the formal practice of mindfulness that involves sitting quietly and focusing either on your breath or a word or an object, right? So regular meditation can help you reduce stress and build resilience. The second is to engage in mindful activities, right? So engage in activities that would require your full attention, right? Such as painting or playing music or gardening, etc., right? So these activities can help you stay focused on the present moment and reduce stress. The next is to practice mindful breathing, right? So whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed, take a few deep breaths and focus on your breath as it enters and leaves your body, right? You'll feel relaxed. Is to take notice of your thoughts and emotions, right? So pay attention to your thoughts and feelings without judging them, right? I mean, simply notice them and allow them to pass without being attached to them, right? The next is to practice gratitude, right? I mean, take some time in a day to focus on what you're grateful for, right? This can help you cultivate a positive mindset and help resilience. The last but not the least is to slow down and be present, right? So take time to slow down and be present in the moment, right? So enjoy simple pleasures such as a cup of tea or walk in nature, right? So in summary, practicing mindfulness involves being present in the moment, paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judging them, and cultivating a positive mindset, right? So by practicing meditation, engaging yourself in mindful activities, practicing mindful breathing, taking notice of your thoughts and feelings, practicing gratitude, slowing down and being yourself in present can help you build resilience and better manage stress and setbacks, right? Remember, mindfulness is a skill that takes practice, but the benefits though might not be immediate, but then the benefits are worth the effort, right? And you will eventually figure out when you start reaping the benefits of it. The fifth key strategy is to set realistic goals, and this is very important, folks, because goals provide direction and motivation, and it also helps you stay focused during challenging times, and hence it is very important to ensure that the goals that you set are realistic and achievable, right? So here are some techniques on how you can set realistic goals. First, be specific. Be very specific, right? So let me give you an example, right? If I have a goal to reduce my weight, right, or to get in shape, my goal should not be just that. My goal should be to say, I'll be very specific. My goal should be to run 5K in 3 months, right? So my goal is very specific, right? So that's how it needs to be. So, while the larger objective is to reduce weight and get in shape, okay, but the goal needs to be very detailed, very specific, saying that yes, to achieve that, I will run 5K in 3 months. So that's what it means by being specific. The second, make them achievable, because setting goals that are achievable with effort and persistence is important, because otherwise, setting unrealistic goals can lead to frustration and disappointment, right? I'll go back to the same example that I said, right? So I set a goal saying that I will run 5K in 3 months is realistic, right? Instead, let's say, if I set goals saying that I will run 5K in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, might sound unrealistic, and the frustration that you might go through because of not meeting that goal can make you drop the goal itself, right? And hence it is important that you set goals that are achievable, and most importantly the goal that you can achieve, not others, right? The third, break them down, right? If you have larger goals, break them down into smaller and more manageable steps, because it will ensure that you stay motivated and focused towards the goal. The next is to be flexible, because you need to be willing to adjust if necessary, because see, all of us know, life is unpredictable and sometimes circumstances can change, right? And hence it is very important that you be flexible and adjust your goals as needed. The next is to track your progress, right? So while the goals are set, you can't leave it just there, right? I mean, it is important for you to track your progress, to understand that are you staying in track, are you being motivated, are you in the right track to meet the goal, or are there any areas that you need to do a course correction on, so that you even if you are deviated from the track, you get back to track and be heading towards meeting the goal that you had set. The last is to celebrate achievements, okay? Because celebrating your achievement along the way is very important, because you got to recognize your progress. You got to acknowledge the hard work that you had taken, acknowledge the effort that you had put to achieve these goals, right? And hence it is important that you celebrate your own achievements, right? It can be very small celebration as well, right? To summarize, right, setting realistic goals is an important strategy to build resilience, right? By setting specific goals, achievable goals, breaking the larger goals into smaller parts, being flexible on the goal that you set, tracking the progress of your of your journey towards reaching the goal, and celebrating your achievements can ensure that you stay motivated and focused during challenging times. So remember that the journey towards your goal is just as important as achieving them, because the journey towards goal and building resilience is a lifelong process. The last key strategy for building resilience is embracing change, right? And all of you will acknowledge with me that change is an inevitable part of our life, right? And learning to adapt and thrive in the face of change is essential for building resilience and for our own good, right? So here are some techniques to consider when embracing change, right? First, reframe your mindset, right? So instead of viewing a change as a negative or threatening experience, try to look at it as an opportunity to grow, opportunity to learn, opportunity for a new experience, right? Because the moment you start reframing your mindset, right, you will be able to take the change very positively, and you will see that your stress level, the fear level that you have, or the threat that you saw as part of this change itself, slowly washes away, right? So it is very important to reframe your mindset to take the change positively, right? The next is to focus on what you can control. While there are quite a few things that you might not be able to control as part of the change itself, okay, but focus on what you can control. It can be your attitude, it can be your mindset, it can be the approach that you want towards change, okay, so that you start feeling yourself comfortable, you start feeling yourself more controlled towards the change, right? The next is to be open minded, because whenever there's a change, it will bring in new ideas, new perspectives, and it is very important for you to be flexible and adaptable in the face of that change, because that might be something new, okay, and hence something that you have been traditionally or conventionally doing might not be something which might move forward as part of this change. It might bring in some new approach, new thought process altogether, right? And hence it is very important for you to be open-minded and flexible towards the change, right? The next is to practice self-compassion, right? Change can be challenging, and it may bring some sort of feelings of uncertainty or fear, right? And hence it is very important that you practice self-compassion by being kind and supportive to yourself during these times. Fifth is to seek support, right? Seek support from friends, family, or a professional if needed, because having a supportive network, we have discussed this earlier as well, so it can help you navigate through this change and make yourself very strong and build resilience, right? The last is to take action, right? Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the change, right, start taking action towards your goals and priorities, right? It can be a very small step, a baby step itself, but then it is very important that you don't be stagnant, right, and get carried away with the change, right? It's very important that with this change, how can you move forward, right? So that's very important, because it can ensure that you stay focused and motivated during these challenging times. To summarize, embracing change is an essential strategy for building resilience, right? So we discussed these, right? By reframing mindset, by focusing on what you can control, by being open-minded and flexible, by practicing self-compassion, by seeking support from your family, friends, or a professional, and taking action, right? You can adapt and thrive in the face of change, right? Remember, change can be an opportunity for growth and learning, right? So many times while we fear from change, but look at it as an opportunity for a new experience, for a new learning, and which can help you grow further in your career, life, or your anything that you're doing, right? So, and most important is, building resilience is not a one-time process, it's a lifelong process, and hence any step that you take towards embracing change may not give you a benefit immediately. It might give you at some point of time, because it's not something which will help you reap immediately, while it will help you reap the benefits in the long run. Overall, in conclusion, right, so practicing resilience is an essential skill which will help us navigate through life's challenges and emerge stronger and more capable, right? So that's what we all need, right? So by practicing a growth mindset, by building a support network, by practicing self-care, by practicing mindfulness, by setting realistic goals and embracing change, right? We can improve our ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. Remember, building resilience is a lifelong process. I think we've been talking about this. It is not something which can be achieved overnight, and even if it is achieved overnight, it might be only for a given situation, right? But then being resilience, being strong, being able to bounce back into challenging times, from challenging and difficult times, and getting back to normalcy as sooner as possible is a long process, right? And hence it is very important to be patient and kind to yourself, right? Because here we are trying to develop a skill, right? So it takes time. It takes time. While the benefits can be excellent for your own personality development, right? So take time to reflect on the strategies that we discussed, and see how you can incorporate them into your daily lives, right? So with practice and persistence, you can build resilience and navigate through life's challenges with confidence and strength. So look at difficult times as an opportunity for growth, as an opportunity to learn, as an opportunity for a new experience. The more and more challenging times and difficult times that you encounter, right, it is only going to make you more stronger to face much more lighter situations in life. I remember one of my coach telling this in one of the presentations, that if you have faced a lot of difficult times by the time you touch your age of 30, then the life after 30 is very easy, because you've already seen enough tough times, the difficult times. And most important is, it's not just about experiencing, it is about you also know how to overcome those difficult times, right? So hence it is very important that you take the challenges with a positive spirit, right? Start learning to find ways on how you can overcome those situations. And folks, remember, building resilience itself will change your mindset, right? Your mindset will start thinking positive, right? It will start finding ways on how you can deal with challenging times than going away from it, right? It will start finding solutions on how you can still reach goal during the difficult times. These strategies would help you in your life journey towards building resilience, and I wish you have great strength in dealing with difficult situations and challenging situations, and I hope you build resilience and bounce back from these challenges very positively. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you felt that this video is helpful for you, do like the video, share it with your friends and family members to whom you would like to share the similar content, and do not forget to subscribe on my channel if you have not done that, and also click on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload any new videos, right? So thank you very much again for your time, and keep learning.